Hey guys, it's Ashton, and today I am talking about how you can save for top surgery. I saved for my top surgery myself, I paid for it all myself, and I just thought I'd share some tips and tricks with you on how you could save for your top surgery if you are saving for top surgery or if you're saving for another surgery or wherever to do a transition. I just wanted to give you some pointers as to what I did to save this money. I paid for my top surgery in the UK, and saving in the UK isn't that different from saving anywhere else that's not in the UK, so this really applies for all. Just for some background information, my surgery cost £6,180, and there was a consultation fee of £150, I think, maybe £175, I can't remember off the top of my head. So it came to about £6,200, which is about $8,000, I want to say, something along those lines. This is how I managed to save basically £7,000. I live with my parents, so I don't pay any bills. I just pay for my car, and if I want clothes and if I buy food, that's pretty much what I pay for. So it's pretty easy for me to save money, and I've always been a good saver anyway. The very first thing I did was create a spreadsheet on my laptop. So this is where I would put all the money that I had every month, and how much I was gaining every month, and how much I needed to gain every month in order to afford top surgery for a certain time. Another thing you could do is budget. So budgets are like everything. You can just budget how much you want to spend on food, clothes, going out, etc. for the month, and try and stay within those budgets in order to save as much money as you can. I worked a part-time job for 3 years to pay for surgery. I could afford surgery after about 2 years, and when I say I work part-time, I worked about 10-15 hours a weekend, maybe more or less. So budgeting is definitely the main way you can save money. But another way to actually make money is through eBay. So I'd sell clothes I didn't wear on eBay, I'd sell stuff I pretty much didn't use on eBay, and that made me a little bit of money. So that wasn't a massive thing on how to save for surgery, but it did help a bit. Another thing I did was I would put my Christmas money and my birthday money into my savings, so I would boost up my money for surgery. I'd also ask people for money for my birthday and Christmas rather than presents, so that could go towards my surgery. Another main thing that helped me save for surgery was having 2 bank accounts. So I had a current account where all my money would just go in and out, so like when I'd spend money day-to-day life. And then I'd have an ISA account, which is an individual savings account. I had, I still have a instant account. This is where you can put money in and you can take it out whenever you want to. There's no limit on how much you can take or when you can take it. Like some ISAs, you can only take out like 3 times a year and stuff like that. In my first part-time job, when I was saving for surgery, I would get paid every other week, and I would try and put at least £100 in my savings. This allowed my savings to build up slowly but surely, and the more I started to save, the more I wanted to save more. I just tried to cut down my money wherever I could. I wouldn't go without, or I wouldn't deprive myself, but I would save money if I had to. Like, I'd limit myself to like 1 takeaway a week and stuff like that, really. Another thing that helped me save in was I kept my holiday pay until the end of the financial year, which is the end of March. I know a lot of people can't do this, but because I had a part-time job, I'd never take the time off paid. If I wanted her off, I just asked not to be on the rota, so I just wouldn't go in and I wouldn't get money for it, and that didn't really bother me because I had savings. But by keeping my holiday pay, at the end of last financial year, I literally had about £500 worth of holiday pay being paid out to me a couple of paydays each before the financial year ends. So that was a massive boost, and as soon as I get that money, I'd put it straight into my savings. Another help was taking food with me to college and uni. So I started saving for surgery when I was in college and then when I was in uni. So instead of buying food there, I would take my own food with me because A, I didn't have to pay for it here because my parents do the shopping, and B, food in college and uni is so expensive. Like, a sandwich is like £3, think of like if you're in college like 5 times a week, that's £15 a week, and that's without drinks or snacks. £15 a week times by 52. I would literally get my calculator. 15 times 52, £780 in a year, and that's by just spending £3 a day on a sandwich. So that is a massive saving help. A major benefit for me with saving for surgery was the fact I started uni in September 2016, and I was eligible for student finance. So if you're in the UK, you know what this means, but for those who are not, this is when the government basically gives you money you have to pay back at the end of your degree over only like low amounts like per year, and they basically give you free money to live on whilst you're at uni. So when people move away for uni, they use this to pay like the accommodation and to live, and that is completely worse for. But I moved away and I came back home, so I had a student loan, and I have about £6,000 a year, and this gets paid in 3 instalments. Mine's been cut a bit this year, but still money. So last academic year, I'd be getting £2,000 pretty much in September, January, and May. So that was a massive, massive help to my savings. Ridiculous. So good. I had enough money at the end of summer 2016 for surgery, and I started uni in the September of 2016, where I started having my student loans, and I had more than enough money for surgery, but at the time I didn't know I was still going to go private, so it's a bit of a whirlwind there. Living at home for uni is great in the sense of money, because I didn't like living away at uni. I lived away for like 2 weeks, and I'm just a home bird. Home is where I need to be, and it's so much better in regards to money and just money. Something else that made me spend less was having physical cash instead of using my debit card all the time. I'm a sucker for contactless on debit cards. It's ridiculous. I just scan it and it doesn't even feel like you're spending money. But by having actual physical cash, you think about what you're spending more. With my part-time job, I would be earning about under £100 every weekend. So I'd be getting about £200 on payday, and I would be working a lot of hours for that, like on the weekend. In the space of 2 days, I'd do about 15-20 hours maybe. But as soon as like the holidays was come from uni and college, I would be working full-time. Like the summer, I knew I was paying for surgery, and I booked surgery. I was working like 30 or 40 hours a week just to build my money up, because I knew I was about to spend so much money. But saving for surgery is doable if you're just sensible about it. Don't deprive yourself, don't go without stuff you need, but my biggest advice is literally make a spreadsheet, make a budget, cut down where you can. I managed to save for surgery quicker than I was able to get surgery on the NHS. So I saved £7,000 in the space of about 2 years on a minimum wage part-time job. So that's just a note to how bad the wait is on the NHS. That is all my top money saving tips for saving for surgery. And if you have any other tips that I haven't mentioned, please leave them down in the comments to help someone else out. And I will just be intrigued to know anyway. Let me know how you save for surgery, or how you're planning to save for surgery, and I will be sure to check those out. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Peace.